My father was a zombie, never walked me to school. My mother was a vampire, only served me cold brew. No wonder I'm so crazy, like a dog on LSD. Oh, I just can't stop barking now at every girl and tree that I see. Whoa, I'm a dust devil child, you know the wind whipping up in your face. I'm a dust devil, darling, yeah, you know the wind without a face. I wanted to be a sailor and escape my strange family. But when I went on sailing, brother and father followed me. The crew was slowly eaten by my starting company. Where I was left all alone to navigate without a crew. Whoa, I'm a dust devil's child, you know the wind whipping off in your face. I'm a dust devil, darling, you know the wind without a face. Feeling like a dust devil, just trying to get free. Stopping every now and then, just for a little while, until my spirit yells, come on, let's flee.
Hey everybody, good evening. My name is Noir. This is Mystic Noir. We have Johnny Mystic. Tonight we have a great special guest. We have Peter Bragino, and we have a great show planned for you tonight. Right now we were just listening to Dust Devil. That is a track on the Astral Tourist, a release coming out from Johnny Mystic and the Spirit Guides. He's the artist on that, and you heard also Myra Raw singing in the background there. We'd like to thank our sponsors. First of all, our premier sponsor, Leah Totzer, Daniel Gale Sotheby's. We'd like to thank The Cabana, Bob Johnson, and they have live music there, a whole bunch, and they're a great place. The Cafe at the corner of New York Avenue in the West End of Long Beach, also live music there and great, great food. Studio Noir, that is my music school, and also a place that we can record your albums, record your work like Johnny did on that last song. Angel Flower Creations, we'd like to thank Yvonne Santana. She's a great artist and jewelry maker, and also sells custom masks. She's going to be set up on Arizona Avenue. This weekend is her last weekend, she told me to tell you guys. So come on down to Arizona Avenue and West Beach Street this weekend. Arts in the Plaza, we'd like to thank them for an incredible season and also for supporting all of us artists and musicians, and the city of Long Beach as well. I actually met Peter Bragino at Arts in the Plaza. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So check that out, artsintheplaza.com. Everybody, all the other sponsors also that sponsored us for just a couple of shows, I'd like to thank Fermento. Fermento's a beautiful little cafe in the West End. Nadine Friend. I believe, you know, she's an artist. She's a great person. And also the Long Beach Photo Bus. We'd like to thank them for their support. And that's it. If you want to sponsor our show, please just get in touch. And
we'll make that happen.
We will. We'll make it happen right now.
All right. Yeah, we will. Peter Bragino. Okay, so this guy is a great artist, visual artist. You know, I first met him at Arts in the Plaza. He came down with all his paintings, and he would paint live, and it was amazing, right? And he had those big wings, and people would actually stand in front of the wings. There they are, right there. That's our friend the Lamp, you know, coming off his light up the world tour. But they didn't warn you I'd be so funny, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
So so Bragino.com, Bragino.com. That's his website. First of all, let's talk a little bit about. We're going to get all into Peter and his work, but Johnny, tell us a little about that last track.
Dust Devil.
Yeah.
Well, it's about the family, you know. Basically, you come into a family that, you know, mystics believe that you chose your family because of karma. You were attracted to them, at least the Tibetans do and the Hindus do. And so it made me think about my crazy family. And they were funny in a way. My dad was legally blind. He didn't see well. And my mom was really strict and all of that. So I started reflecting on it like the Addams family, you know, but a lucky, fortunate Addams family. And I thought I'd write a song about that. And I chose the metaphor of the Dust Devil out west, more out west than out here. You have these little baby cyclones. They spin around on the side of the road. That's all they do. And they move along, you know, gradually, and they don't really get anywhere. And I thought that's a good idea. You know, you get caught up with your own family crap or your own psychology, and you want to break loose from it. So, you know, everybody's got probably a story to tell about their mom or their dad or their uncle or somebody wacky in the family. So I'm having fun with the song with them. That's really it's about. You know, I'm sharing the idea that, you know, maybe you two have an interesting family like this, and it's just to have some fun, really, you know. And
what do you think about it, Peter? You have anything special that kind of like connected you to that last song, or?
I like it a lot. I mean, the thing about Johnny's work is that it feels classic, but it feels new at the same time. And I really like that about his work.
Yeah, that's me. I'm classic because I'm an old guy. But in my heart, I'm like 25, baby. You know, it's like from the head to the waist, I'm like, you know, my own age.
Johnny's got this like out west type of vibe, you know. Yeah, like he looks like he's coming out of the desert, walking down the highway. Also, Peter does too. He's got this kind of desert native spirit. You know, here's some native flutes here, and
he's got this beautiful jacket on. The back of it is like a really beautiful Navajo rug, and I love all of that too. I'm like, check it out.
See,
I mean, that is a real beautiful thing.
That's a gift from Irving.
You know, really, it's a beauty. That's a, you know, that's got Johnny Mystic written on it.
It's great, you know, like minds think alike. We kind of attract, and you know, I don't know. I've been finding some very cool new tribal members in my tribe here. So, you know, for a long time, I've been like, you know, meeting artists and meeting people, and it's just great. These guys are, you know, kindred spirits. You know, so here we are. We have, you know, Mystic Noir, where music meets spirituality. We have Peter Bragino. You know, like, again, his work as an artist is just fantastic. As a visual artist, I was always super impressed. Behind us right now, our green screen is a drawing. If Peter moves his head just a tiny bit this way, you'll see it's a drawing and a graphic image composed by my cousin, Barry Orkin, who studied art and always inspired me. A few years older than I, and you know, he really inspired me, and I find a lot of similarities in your sketching style. I could see that, you know, maybe you've you know, attended some classes, correct, and for art, and I could see the lines and the drawings, and you know, and yeah. So anyway, you know, it's like it all meshes together. I met him as a visual artist first. Then I saw on Facebook and social media that he was working on music, and he was working on beautiful music. He was posting tracks and videos promoting his album, The Gathering, correct?
Gather Round.
Gather Round, and the group is called Mazato. So I just like Mazato stood out to me. I thought it was a very cool thing, and it's a great story. So first of all, I think I would actually we'd like to Yeah. Why don't you talk about Mazzato, talk about the story, and then we'll go to the audio. Okay?
Yeah, where's the name come from? I'm curious.
Yeah. So I actually forgot to bring it. I was going to bring this little deer. I had this little plastic deer that my friend Jillian had given me years and years and years ago. She saw me as like the deer spirit, or deer spirit is one of my allies. So I kept that deer with me. Traveled to Scotland. It's traveled everywhere with me. Wherever I went, that deer went. And it was just kind of like a funny thing. We used to have the deer and set it up, post pictures of it and things. And then
that's interesting.
And then I pulled animal cards, and I got the deer as one of my guides in the animal cards. So I guess the deer is with me. You know what I mean?
So yeah, your unconscious already had it happening. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what happened was I went down to Mexico for a power journey, like a soul power journey. Yeah.
A vision quest, as we say.
Right? Yeah, it was to the pyramid site, Teotihuacan.
Yeah.
And I was with an organization called A New Earth Movement, and one of my mentors, Nina Palmieri, and she runs a journey down there. And at the end of the journey, they had this dancers and a diviner from the Nahuatl tribe come and show us some of their tribal dances. And the main guy, the elder, he was going to give a few people names. So they chose 4 of us to walk up and get names. And as soon as I walked up to him, he said, Mazzato, like that. And we were like, what does that mean? And he said, dignified and honorable deer.
Wow.
And I read that on your website. I was really impressed.
Man. You know, I had a poem that I wrote, and it's called Wink of the White Buffalo. And in it, I talk about reindeer spirit coming and bringing me information. And it's kind of a vision of what was happening in America, around, right before the turn of the century, And so it's interesting, this connection with the spirit guides. And that's why I use the spirit guides as part of the name of my group, Johnny Mystic and the Spirit Guides, because I think that all of us are connected that way. But you found it out, you tapped into your muse, and it was meant to be in all of that. So it's really cool.
Yeah. So I did it to honor that and to honor that guy that
I like
it.
That
with me and the journey,
the
spiritual journey that I've been on.
Yeah,
that we're all on. Really.
Sure, I've been to Tikal. I did the pyramid thing in Tikal many years ago in the '70s and climbed those guys chains, So I know what you're talking about with the going into that antiquity and touching it and really being part of it, because something happens to you.
There's a lot of power there.
Oh, a lot of power. It's a lot of you're transformed by the experience. We should all go to Sedona and do some music over there. That's what I'm thinking. I think it'd be a nice trip. Right, Ben?
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't been to Sedona.
No,
you haven't been there. Oh my. And we have some friends out there right now.
Maybe as the world starts to get a little, better, we do a big trip out west.
Absolutely. Cool. Yeah. Hey, I want to just mention one thing. One of our biggest supporters, I'm wearing a little necklace here from My Raw. Thank you so much. She was the vocalist on that Dust Devil. There she is pictured when we produced that Pride on the Beach concert. And, this is a necklace from her. So thank you, My Raw, for always supporting us and being such a wonderful.
Thank you for being on the album and, being my friend and singing. We just sound really great together, Myra and I. And we have a rapport. And she's a great singer-songwriter on her. Just what she does alone is remarkable. We're going to have her on.
Oh my gosh, she's a great singer, songwriter, and I've been working with her for years. And she's got like 3 or 4 albums worth of material. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So, shout out to her and all of our friends, Carl and everybody watching. Yvonne, thank you so much. So now we're going to hear a track off of "Gather Round" by Peter Bragino, aka Mazzato. And we're gonna. The last track of the album. It's crazy because I supported whatever it was, the GoFundMe or whatever, and then you sent me the link, and things happened. I got busy, and I never listened to the album. And then just recently, I asked for you again, and you sent it, and I was like, wow, this is something else. Is it available on Bandcamp? Is that where
it's on Bandcamp? It's streaming everywhere too. So
it's streaming on Spotify. It is
Apple Music, YouTube. It's everywhere. Yeah.
All right, so look it up.
It's fully distributed.
It's fully distributed. That's wonderful. So we're gonna listen to the last track, and it's I don't want to say the title.
It's called Tatayo.
Tatayo. All right. This one caught me. We're gonna listen to about 3 minutes of it. So enjoy this track, okay?
자유 아무 way I shun the time I totally high on but how to wait I shun but Hey, I'm a yakute, I'm tired, I'm away. I shun the time I totally high on, but how to wait. I shun Hey, I'm a yakute, I'm tired, I'm away. I shun the time I totally high on, but how to wait. I shun Hey, I'm a yakute, I'm tired, I'm away. I shun the time I totally high on, but how to wait. I shun Hey, ande antayu shomba. Hey, atama toli tatayu shomba tatayu. Hey, I'm the yakute, I'm tired, I'm away. I shun the time I totally high on, but how to wait. I shun Hey, I'm the yakute, I'm tired, I'm away. I shun the time I totally high on, but how to wait. I shun Hey, ande antayu shomba. Hey, atama toli tatayu shomba tatayu shomba tatayu.
The well of inspiration's never ending. Its formless form willingly descending. God to prism you, she's sacredly lending. Come on now, it's time to be free. Bless the solemn words that know the meaning. And nothing's ever wrong beneath conceiving. Grows the harvest roses suddenly reaping. It's time now for us to receive. Early in the morning as we rise up singing, whispers of our mystical dreams are ringing. Learn to manifest the gifts.
Very cool.
All right, beautiful, beautiful.
Very
track.
cool, man. Excellent. Let me put this down here. Wow, I think it's like ancient, really, truly, like the chant element, and then there's this really hip kind of jazz element to it. And you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying, Ben, right? And so you really got the ancient and the modern coming together in a cool way, and it's very hypnotic and very deeply spiritual. I mean, that's what I get from. What do you get, Ben?
Oh, absolutely. It's
Absolutely, right?
tribal and spiritual.
Yeah,
and,
the tone, you know.
I listened to the entire album, which is very beautiful. And at the very end, this one really hit me because, you know, I love jazz so much. And, you know, speaking of your brother, you have a talented family. Shout out to Marino.
That's right.
Marino. And he's a great musician, saxophone player, multi-instrumentalist, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
You know, so you want to talk about well, first keep it on the song.
Okay.
So the song, you know, tell us about the meaning behind the song.
Yeah.
So I was watching Cirque du Soleil one day, and I don't know if I think it was Steer or one of those, but anyway, they speak in a entirely different language in that show, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I could write a song in a different language. You know what I mean? Like I can make my own language up too.
Yeah,
So I just started grooving on this 2-chord thing, like an A minor, E minor thing, and just get into that like real, like almost a meditative vibe, and I just started to come up with this language, and the whole, like if you listen to the rap part actually explains what the song is about, which is basically that anything's okay underneath the veil of receiving. So it's okay to make things up. It's okay to do whatever. Like we don't have to be so confined, constrained by the rules of the way we think should be. We can break the rules. We can do whatever we want to.
Yeah.
That's where we're heading, and that's where we need to head.
Yeah, that's very much William Blake's idea, really, and the idea that reason, logic, kind of chain the imagination. That's one of his major themes in the poems, of the heavy prophetic poems. That imagination has been chained and ruled over, dominated by reason. And so here you're breaking loose and opening up imagination as a spiritual being, which it really is in all of us, and beckons to be worked with. Yeah, man.
One last note before you go on to that. On that note, the trumpet. How do you like the trumpet?
Yes,
you dig it.
The muted trumpet's one of my favorite.
As soon as I was like, yes. I have to put a muted trumpet on that, but that's not a trumpet. That's me going.
Nice.
And then I put a muted trumpet effect on my voice.
Oh, beautiful.
So, and then I was like, is this gonna work? I mean, can I pull this off? Because I don't want to insult trumpet players, like, you know what I mean? Like, my brother's a
actually, they just texted me from the musicians union.
Take it off the air.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, well, I know who plays a great muted trumpet, Miles Davis. I pulled him up and I listened to Kind of Blue, and I was like, it's not bad. I think I can pull it off. So I was like, you know what? In the spirit of the song.
Yeah. You went with the flow.
Let's just do it.
I wanted to ask you. So those words that they're just coming to you. Those you're making up that language. I thought it might have been
some made-up language,
Aztec thing or something. But there was a group around for called Dead Can Dance.
Yep, I've heard of them, sure.
And what they have, a lady in there and a guy, a bunch of people, and she speaks in tongues. She sings in tongues, and it's wild, man. It's the most beautiful, hypnotic, and again, taking off on that. And I think that we're in the 21st century, and maybe it's an eternal return, to something cosmic of that nature, where we really start to speak in tongues, like as an actual.
I have a lot of friends that speak light language.
Right. Yeah.
Light language is very powerful. It's freeing.
Yes.
There's no rules again.
No rules again, and maybe that's what language was in the beginning, and then we made it more utilitarian.
Yeah. So let's all speak.
Languages. I mean, really, when you think about it, slang and stuff like that, yo and that and all that. That's an attempt to free up, the imagination again. And I'm going to conjure something. Break the rules a little bit. This is how it feels. Obla di obla da, Beatles, Yeah, right. And one of the greatest lines, really. And I think it's deeply. I felt like there was a medicine man casting his spell for the tribe. And we're listening, we're grooving on it. That's what I felt.
There's a lot of that in the background of the development of this album because of the ceremonial work that I do.
Yeah, you brought it in, but what I liked is that you interpreted it. You didn't try to duplicate this thing, but you let the imagination. You understood the spirit of the word. That's the thing. Not trying to literally, when guys read stuff off the script. No, you let the imagination take over. It's really, really quite unique. I really love it. I got to sit down and really listen to all of this stuff, man.
Yeah, I was thinking, this is music I would actually listen to again and again, which is a great thing. So very, very
really.
Good.
Sometimes,
you just not as so attracted to some music that is shown to you.
The whole album created with the vibe of positivity.
Yeah, I had a vibe that was going to be really interesting.
Have you guys heard the Dalai Lama's release, the 2020 release? It's gorgeous. It's very in this zone.
Okay. Really?
Okay, yeah. I like Bill Frisell. He's a jazz guitarist that I was introduced to him at the University of Miami in 1995 when I was studying jazz. And he's very atmospheric. He uses the volume pedal, swelling. And I went to go see him play live at the Stephen Talk House in Miami. Just was blown away. Like he had loops and he had this sound and He has a lot of albums out. Anyway, I don't know if it's him playing on the record, but it's kind of like Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen, or you know, players that revolutionized the sound of an instrument, or Miles Davis. You know, like Bill Frisell revolutionized this clear, like volume swelly guitar style. So I don't know. I'm gonna find out who's on that record. But the Dalai Lama record, if you look it up on Spotify, 2020, it's just gorgeous. It's just like totally
Is
cool.
he speaking on it?
No. It's all like moody, cool, chill kind of blue meets tribal Indian meets. You know, you'll see.
Wow.
It's wonderful. So I highly recommend that. This book that I'm
Dalai
holding,
Lama. All right.
yeah. You know, like I love everything about, you know, Buddhism. It's just such a wonderful, peaceful, you know, mindful culture and religion. You know, so here, I'm holding this book. It says "I Am Human," and a sketchbook of an addict. And on the back, it's never too late to follow your dreams. So, should we just go to the movie?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Let's do it. So we have a video. It's "I Am Human."
I Am Human Sketchbook of an Addict is the visual proof that each of us has the power to move beyond our limitations and create the life we always imagined. I'm publishing this book as a source of inspiration and as a reminder of how important it is to follow our dreams. We should hold them very close to our heart because they lead us to our most authentic self. No struggle can keep us down, no obstacle can block our path, no hardship can break our spirit. We're rediscovering our birthright as creative human beings. This book chronicles my journey to recover my life and my dream of becoming an artist. I encourage you to embrace this memoir as a reminder that achieving your dreams is possible. May it awaken and ignite the creative spirit that lives deep within your heart.
Very nice. I got to say, you know, my album, The Astral Tourist, the whole idea behind it is dreams and love, and dreams we are and dreams we make. From someone's dream did we awake. So we continue to have these dreams while this is it, you know, in this life, right? But we don't realize it. And I think the more ancient cultures, or like, for instance, maybe the Aborigine, understand the idea of dream time as being just as significant as waking time. That and you know what I mean? That, and with clear vision. In other words, there are people that astrally project, or they learn to use their dream life and get awake in their dream, and that's actually an ancient technique. So I really totally agree with you with that. You know, it is the dream. We're living the dream, and to know that and to shape it, you know, get behind it and have fun with it. You know, little children do that. His daughter does that all the time.
They do.
I mean, we were out, and she just like, now she's going to be like a little doggy, and now she's going to crawl around, and it's amazing. You realize what really, you know, what we really are is this dreaming spirit that's having a manifestation in flesh and enjoying it.
We got the senses. So.
Yeah, man, we got the senses to help that along, right?
Not a bad thing.
That's it, man. The dream, and that's it, man. So I'm holding this guitar because we've got these incredible flutes in front of us, and Ben said to me that, you know, do I have a song that, you know, to have something in D, what was it?
D minor.
D minor, right. And I had just written a song, and I thought, well, that's synchronistic, or, you know, kismet or whatever. So I guess later on we're going to jam on it again with the flute, and Ben's going to play some violin.
That's what he's all right.
I got this guitar on loan from Steve Barron.
Some of our watchers or viewers, like Myra, was asking, "What are these flutes?" Do you want to explain?
Yes, please.
What they are, maybe play a little bit, a couple of seconds of each one.
Yeah. These are a Native American style flute, so like it's like a whistle, basically, blows straight through the ear. And these are made by a maker in New Zealand. He made the set for me. And his is Southern Cross Flutes. His name is Todd from Southern Cross Flutes. Makes an excellent flute. But yeah, they're beautiful. This is the grandfather flute, the deepest of them all.
Wow.
These two right here are called love flutes. So these, traditionally, a Native American male would play the flute to court his future.
Do women respond to this? Is that the idea? Because I want to buy one then. Oh yeah,
that one. That's that. That's
oh yeah.
We have the little forest flute, which is kind of like the sprite in the Pied Piper sprite. In
the
forest.
Yes. Oh yeah. The leprechauns be coming out.
Almost like a penny whistle.
I love it.
And then this is the
the
Mayan Aztec drone flute. So this plays a drone note at the same time it plays a regular note.
Wow, it's like a 12-string. It's got the other octave going.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Look at these. Just beautifully made.
Yeah, gorgeous. New Zealand. I mean,
and they're made from ancient wood, right? Right. Exactly. Yeah, they're made from ancient wood. I mean, if you look at them,
swamp cowrie, ancient cowrie. The two bigger flutes are made out of.
Wow, deep sounds,
deep sounds.
Beautiful.
Man.
Yeah, we have South Carolina's watching. What's up, Bob Shanley? How you guys doing down there? How about we jam now? Can we do this?
Well, I can do anything you want.
You
man.
warmed up? Now, I also want to thank and mention S.A. Barron, the guitarist that's been playing with Johnny, the film director who worked on the Harry Chapin When in Doubt, Do Something. Right?
Yes,
the documentary that just came out. He bought this guitar, started playing with Johnny, and somehow they swapped. Now he's back to the 6-string. Johnny's got the 12-string, and he's been cooking up some new tunes. I told him, hey, listen, we got to release your first album before we go into that. But let's jam. Let's do it. So Johnny's got a new song.
It's called Maybe Tomorrow. And it was funny. I just wrote it really a week ago, really, and I still am learning it, But when he mentioned that, he says, "You got anything in D minor?" I said, "Yeah, I just wrote this damn thing." So we hope you like it, and go ahead and jam on it because
we're here.
Here we are. Right?
Here we are.
I'll be playing the part of a violin.
Millions of people waiting all around, waiting for their relief checks to come trumping down. They don't know how long that it may take, but they pray to God, hurry up for heaven's sake. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Too many humans have been buried by this plague. How many families have lost a loved one to the grave? But we keep on waiting and praying every day, hoping that silver bullet shakes that beast away. The wheels of our faith are running uphill times, swimming our souls in slow-mo time. We must be patient and salvation arrives. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Lady Liberty, that seems very hard to find. She's hiding behind Lady Luck out down the protest line. Marching, marching, night and day. But justice for all is still a human breath away. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. The wheels of a plane go on in the hill drive. It's taking us all slow-mo time. We must be patient till salvation arrives. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. All right. All right, brother.
Thank you.
We gotta hang out, man.
Yeah, I think it's.
Well, this is the thing, you
We're
know.
not gonna get rid of each other now.
We're trying to build this collective together with a lot of people, you know.
Well,
but the right
yeah,
people.
exactly.
And definitely, Peter, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was just beautiful, really, and really, guys.
We may have a gig at an undisclosed location on November 19th.
We may.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
got
very well may.
No,
So
you guys
anybody
start
interested,
coming
just
down,
write
man.
to me. I'll give you the secret details. But it's in a new venue, and it's a large space, and it'll be you know, with COVID rules you know, in effect, and multi-artist thing, very small, you know, according to the government rules, under 50. But yeah, it's our first gig outside of Long Beach with Johnny Mystic, and we're actually going to call it Mystic Noir just to help promote the show and get our names out
I like
there.
the Mystic Noir. You know, I think it says everything about who we are. You know, as buddies, and you know, it's like, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, you know, Benoit comes from, you know, I studied French, and Benoit was my nickname. So you know.
I've never heard him speak any French, though. I'm dying. He's waiting for. It's like in the Addams Family. The lady has to show up in the black dress, and then he'll start speaking French.
No French, right?
No French.
But you know, I love French culture. I love the language, and it's great. And I love all people of all the world. You know, mi piace tutte persone. I'll do a little Italian for you. But we're gonna eat some gelato after this.
That's what I'm here for, the gelato.
He's basically, if you haven't found out, you know, we don't want too many guests, but you know, we go out for some gelato over at the International House of Delight. Shout out to them. They're not an official sponsor, but
they've
you know,
got great gelato.
they make us very happy.
Yeah.
So also shout out to the New York Photo Video Group. They're doing a great job with the production of the show,
Yes.
and look out for more stuff from them.
Yes,
If you're interested in having your own show, you can contact them. Just reach out to us. We'll give you the number. So more about Peter, more about Mr. Bragino here. You know, we met at Arts in the Plaza, and you know, you want to just tell us where you at right now, what's going on with your life, your career, and anything special.
I think I'm pretty much in the like wood shedding music in a sense. You know, I've like really been deep in the music. You know, pretty much just practice music every day. I'm studying piano, and I'm just really into it.
I saw that.
I love
That's
it.
great. Yeah, isn't it fun?
Oh god, I love the piano. It's too much fun. They're all too much fun. I'm playing bass. I'm doing everything. I'm like, I told my friend Tim, I'm like, the bass is so much fun. He's like, that's the greatest answer ever. He's like, all these guys are like, this is so hard. This is so hard. He's like, you're just like, it's fun.
It is.
Like, it is fun.
It really is.
It's fun to play the bass. It's fun to play the piano. You know what I mean? It's like the kid in a candy store.
This is it for me. This 12-string. This is as far as I can go.
This is his new fun. Johnny's new fun is the 12-string. He won't stop talking about it.
This guitar has a soul. Like these have souls. I'm telling you, you pick it up and it says, "Play me, please." Oh, try it. Oh, okay. Oh, now you have a new song. I'm like, thank you very much. Whoever's in there.
Oh man!
But there's been much written about musical instruments and the spirits that inhabit them.
They're all different.
They're all different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they connect you right to that cosmic voice, and like the Hopis say, the voice of the spirit that you used to hear, and then your head closed up, like the baby's head closes up, right. And now you can no longer hear. So then we dance around, and now we can hear it again. That's what it's all about, man.
That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, that's what you're all about.
All about celebration. You know what I mean?
God, so you really understand.
We got no time left. We got to celebrate now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. This is it. This is right here and now is what life is. It's only in the present moment. There's a song on my album called "Once in a Lifetime," and there's another one called "One Time Around," and they're both sort of similar in that respect. But once in a lifetime is the idea that right now, this moment, this very moment, this will never come again. These wonderful people sitting here, and these guys doing the tech work over here, and you hanging out, and we're chatting, and this is it.
This is the movie.
This is it. And it's right now, right at this moment, and we're playing with it. We're in that groove, and we're having fun with it. And if you could just live that way all of the time, that's what the Buddha teaches you. Open up your eyes.
Tantra,
yeah,
being present in the moment. This book has been very meaningful for a long time. It's called The Art of Peace. I posted something on my social media today, and I thought it would be just fun to read something from it.
Sounds great, man.
The author, Morehi Uyoshiba, I hope I'm saying it right, Japanese, the founder of Aikido. And, it talks about in the introduction, he was a warrior and he could beat everybody. And, he was like 80 years old and he could beat people with like one finger, almost like a Bruce Lee at 80 or something. But his writing, he found that nonviolence was basically like his way, so here's a couple of things. The art of peace begins with you. Work on yourself and your appointed task in the art of peace. Everyone has a spirit that can be refined, a body that can be trained in some manner, a suitable path to follow. You are here for no other purpose than to realize your inner divinity and manifest your innate enlightenment. Foster peace in your own life and then apply the art to all that you encounter. So it's kind of like what we've been talking about in many, many different ways.
Yeah.
And one more.
Good.
Here we go. Is it here? Yes. All things, material and spiritual, originate from one source and are related as if they were one family. The past, present, and future are all contained in the life force. The universe emerged and developed from one source, and we evolved through the optimal process of unification and harmonization.
Yeah.
This guy, what a great master.
Very simple and right to the point, and we experience eternity in the present moment. That's I think about that every day, and so now I'm, and try to keep that in mind so that I don't waste time, meaning, that I go about my day in a way that I feel I get where I want to go. I do a certain amount of playing, and I think you probably do the same thing every day, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you look forward to sitting down at that piano.
Trying to every day,
Yeah.
Just walk the path.
Yeah.
A little bit at a time.
And, whatever it is, just taking a walk, or, when I had dogs for many years, I had these two little Lhasa Apsos, and they went on 4 or 5 walks a day, and I mean good walks, because I was home writing and doing stuff, and I'd say, "Boys, you want to go out?" They go, okay. And that was part of the meditation, because in Zen you could do Zazen by walking as well as
it's all meditation.
It's all meditation, yeah.
Sure.
And I would watch them, and I would walk, and that's all I would do, and it would inspire me to get to write and all of it. Now I look at other people's dogs, and they inspire me. I say hello, and we have a communion. And all of that. Everything around us is alive. Would you agree? It's alive. It has a spirit, a Manitou is an Indian term for it. And when you're a musician, it becomes very apparent, man. I mean, it really, really does. I don't think there's anybody out there playing any instrument that doesn't realize that something magical is occurring when you hit that, you pick that acts up, and you blow into it, or you strum it, or you bang on it, and you're connected, and that's it. It's a wonderful moment there, and I don't know. I just feel blessed that I've got this guitar on my lap.
Yeah.
Right.
We'd like to just thank all of our viewers and everybody making this show possible. Our sponsors, also Steve Vaccaro, the Chapters Rap.
That's right.
Now we're gonna play a video. It's a Bragino Creation promo video. Okay, and this is wonderful. It was shot at Arts in the Plaza back when I first met Peter, and
it's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, check it out. All right. What a wonderful video.
And the music too is excellent, man. It's so percussive. Really?
Iconic Chase, that song was called by Lavi Safri.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. It goes with the video so well. It's that effervescence, and it's just beautiful. Really.
That's my brother John. It's a work of art there. He created that video, shot it, edited it.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he really is. So you have a very talented family.
Yeah, it's like a Chapin family. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
What were your parents like? You know, were they artists? Were they?
My dad played the guitar. My mother played flute. Her father was a gigging musician. He had a big band, like a trio type of thing. You know, like band leader type guitar player. So yeah, grew up around music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I had an Uncle Joe that played piano like Bobby Short. He was a piano man and wore the tuxedo and did the whole thing, man. And he gave me a few lessons when I was a kid. I was too young though, but man, he was the real thing. You know what I mean? Could sit there and do the standards and tell the story. You know what I mean? Somewhere in an Italian family, you got somebody that plays.
A lot of people in my family play.
Is it a mandolin or is it what's the main thing that it would follow?
Accordion.
The accordion.
Of
course.
Accordion. Yeah.
My son played the accordion.
That's awesome.
Sweet spots.
We have one. I have an accordion actually from my father-in-law, Herb. Thank you, Herb. I have it in the studio Noir, just in case we need an accordion on or not.
Didn't we use it on the album?
I think we did use it on something.
I think we used everything on that album. Wild stuff. I mean, really, like this banjo that's made out of a tin can he played. And then did slide on it. It's just wild stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we used a lot of tribal sounds and just acoustic instruments. We were going for a very like stripped down acoustic record with the Astral Tourist.
Yeah.
It's just fun. We're gonna put out the album as soon as we can. We're getting that ready. So it's been such a pleasure having Peter down. You could see like how, when I first met him, I didn't know he was a musician. And originally when I was growing up, I thought I would be an artist. So it's kind of funny how the roles are swapping a little here and there. Right. I love art. I love, so much. And it's great. This show, Mystic Noir, is really a melange of things. And, it's becoming more and more art oriented. For some reason, we just love art.
It's good for the green screen.
Yeah, and it's great.
No, it's really, when I was a kid, it's funny you say that, Ben, because when I was first taken to a museum, it became a religious experience for me. I looked at these works of art. I never had a chance to behold real art, and I wanted to be a painter myself and study painting and sculpture. But the music kept calling me back, and I was too much of a perfectionist and never felt I was tight enough with my hand, but painting and all visual arts, I just love it like Ben, and I think they go hand in hand. There's when you're painting, you're moving, right? It's like when we're playing.
All the principles are exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Composition.
Yeah, and when you're working in that square, that was wild stuff. Painting while we were playing. Remember, Ben?
Oh yeah.
To me, that was like Dolly did a documentary of him painting with somebody playing flamenco guitar. I think it was. I can't remember the famous flamenco guy back then. What was his name?
Carlos Montoya.
Carlos Montoya. And Montoya's playing this heavy riff, and there's Dolly with a brush this big, man. And he's like holding the brush at the end and going, and all of a sudden there's like this incredible image. I mean, wow.
It's nice to paint with a brush that's far away.
Yeah. And then it's in the wrist, and it's like, I'm going, oh, baby. If I could do that. Yeah.
So Bragino.com, okay, it's up there. You can check it out.
Well said,
keep in track. That's it. So the book's on Amazon. I Am Human, and my wife's maiden name, by the way, Human. That's it. We'd like to really thank you for coming down, and it's been such a pleasure. It's such a wonderful album, and check it out on Spotify.
So glad you came back on the scene. I mean, I'm loving it, man.
We're gonna close out with Dust Devil again, thanking our sponsors. So please take a listen to that, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thanks a lot.
My father was a zombie, never walked me to school. My mother was a vampire, only served me cold brew. No wonder I'm so crazy, like a dog on LSD. Oh, I just can't stop barking now at every girl and tree that I see. Whoa, I'm a dust devil's child. You know the wind whipping up in your face. I'm a dust devil, darling, yeah. You know the wind without a face. I wanted to be a sailor and escape my strange family. But when I went on sailing, mother and father followed me. The crew was slowly eaten by my starving company. Well, I was left all alone to navigate without a crew. Whoa, I'm a dust devil's child. You know the wind whipping off in your face. I'm a dust devil, darling. You know the wind without a face. Sometimes I feel that I was born just to wander, spinning like a dust devil, just trying to get free. Stopping every now and then, just for a little while, until my spirit yells, come on, let's flee. Well, I'm still out there searching, trying to get free, away from those two monsters who keep on following me. I'm still crazy, like a dog on LSD. Oh, I just can't stop barking now at every girl and tree that I see. Whoa, I'm a dust devil's child. You know the wind whipping off in your face. I'm a dust devil, darling, yeah. You know the wind without a face. You know the wind without a face. You know the way.